Once upon a time, in a mystical land far, far away called Turkos, there lived a little prince. His name was Kaan the Great. Kaan the Great. Kaan the Great was a very brave and smart prince. His eminence came from his father, who was conqueror of the unknown, boss of the galaxy, the one and only amazing King Ilker. His mother was also of royal blood and named Queen Emma of the Coffee Nerds because she liked coffee so much. Prince Kaan's parents met on a battlefield where both their grandfathers once fought against each other. The reason was not that the two empires were enemies, but because another empire had tricked them into fighting. Queen Emma and King Ilker visited the battlefield many years later where they met, fell in love, got married and had Prince Kaan. If their grandfathers had not fought in that war, they would never have met and Prince Kaan would never have been born.
Is that actually true?
Kaan also had an older brother named Prince Murat. He was a great prince of America, protector of the off-road hills and mountainsides. Prince Murat rode an 8-legged horse called Sleipnir. He was the fastest horse in the whole world. Although Murat lived far away, the brothers loved each other very much. And if they ever needed each other, they would blow on their silver horns and their horses would find each other no matter where they were on the planet. Kaan had a horse called Bear. He was black and very fast. Although Bear was a little bit naughty, Kaan loved him all the same because no other horse could run faster than him, except of course Sleipnir. One day Kaan got on his horse and went into the forest behind the castle. He would often go to the lake inside the forest and he would always be followed by his army to fight the hunters that would try and shoot down the forest animals. But this time he didn't take any soldiers and guards with him. He went alone. There were squirrels, rabbits, deers and beautiful birds inside the forest and Kaan loved them and they also loved him because he was their protector. While he was riding to the lake, he heard some very strange sounds. It sounded as if the animals were shrieking. Something must be wrong, he thought, so he rode as fast as he could to the lake. When he arrived, he saw 10 armed men hunting down a deer. Even though the prince was alone, he didn't hesitate. He took his sword and chased after them. Because of his courage and bravery, the hunters panicked and thought the prince's army was coming too. They started to run away. Prince Kaan followed them deep into the forest. He rode Bear so fast he couldn't catch them because the hunters had ridden off in many directions. He rode on and on. He rode many miles until Bear couldn't take another step. He stopped and jumped down from his horse. He didn't know where he was and it was getting dark. He realised that he was lost and he could hear the hunters still creeping through the forest. He knew he was outnumbered and sensed danger. So he blew on his silver horn and knew that his brother would soon come for him. While he waited, he thought the best thing to do was to camp for the night and find his way back to the castle in the morning. So he started looking for a place to stay for the night. He followed a stony trail that had not been used in years and found a creepy old castle with crumbling walls and broken windows. He had no choice but to stay the night as it had begun to storm. He knocked on the door of the castle but no answer came. Kaan pushed the door and it opened with an eerie screeching sound. He stepped inside with his sword ready at hand. It was very dark. He found some wood and lit it to make a torch and started looking around. The castle looked as if it had been abandoned many years ago. All the furniture was covered with white sheets and everything was dusty, and there were spider webs everywhere. Prince Kaan started to get cold, so he found a fireplace and started a fire with his torch. The fire was nice and warm. It made him sleepy, and he was just about to close his eyes when he heard a noise. It was a chilling noise from upstairs. Ooh. He jumped up and thought to himself, maybe it's just the wind. But the noise came again. This time it was a girl saying, "Help me!" It was coming from upstairs. He took out his sword and climbed the stairs to investigate. The stairs creaked as he walked. He continued up the stairs and tried to hear where the sound was coming from, but it was so dark and he only had a torch with him. There were spiderwebs everywhere. He suddenly heard another noise. Ding dong, ding dong. It was coming from the wall clock. It was 12 o'clock, midnight. He was not scared. Actually, he was a little bit scared. But it wouldn't stop him from saving whoever it was that needed his help. He was a prince after all, noble and brave. As he walked down the dark corridors of the castle, he listened carefully. He heard the voice again. It was a girl's. Please help me. It was coming from inside a room. Kaan whispered through the crack in the door. Are you inside? Are you okay? The girl replied with a panicked voice. Yes, please help me. Prince Kaan tried to open the door, but it was locked. Get away from the door, I'm going to break it down, he instructed. He tried to smash the lock with his sword, but it was too strong. So he tried to break down the door with his shoulder. He took 3 running lunges at the door, but it was made of steel.
Oh, I thought it was made of wood so he could just cut it down.
He knew that he couldn't break it by force. He had to find the key. What happened to you? Who locked you in this creepy castle? Prince Kaan asked the girl. I'm a princess, and a witch with armed goblins kidnapped me from the forest and they put me in here. Please open the door. Please help me, she cried. Prince Kaan assured her, don't worry, I promise to save you, but I have to find the key first. Hang on a little bit more. The girl warned, okay, but please be careful. The evil witch may come. Kaan started to look around to find a clue to where the key might be. He looked all around and saw footprints on the dusted floor. He followed the footprints. They led up to the 2nd floor of the castle. He climbed the stairs and heard a ghoulish voice. It must be the witch, he thought. He blew out the torch so that she wouldn't see him coming. Once again, he took out his sword and followed the sound of the voice. She was in the next room, wearing a dirty black dress. She looked terribly ugly and frighteningly scary, but Prince Kaan was not afraid. Well, actually, he was a little bit. And let's not forget, sometimes fear keeps us on our toes. The witch was preparing a wicked spell in her filthy lair. There were snake legs, frog's eyes, scorpion teeth, worms, spiders and bones in jars all over the place. Prince Kaan inspected the room through a crack in the door and finally saw the long copper key hanging by a hook on the wall. But he wouldn't be able to get past the witch while she was inside. Who knows what she could do with her evil powers? He didn't want to face her just yet, so he made a plan. Kaan found a stone and threw it down the hallway and hid on the other side of the door. When the witch heard the noise, she opened the door to see what it was. She was very angry. Who dares come in my castle? I will catch you and make soup out of you. As she came out of the room and moved down the hall, Prince Kaan came out from behind the door and slipped into the room unnoticed. Without a sound, he took the key and quickly left the room. The witch had turned around and was returning to the room looking furious, but luckily for Prince Kaan, the witch saw a little mouse scurrying across the floor and screamed, So, you are the one disturbing me while I work. You must be one of the little princesses that I turned into a mouse. I thought someone else had dared come into my castle. She went back to her room to finish the potion. My potion will be ready in a minute and I will be able to force the new princess to drink it and then she will be turned into a mouse too.
He says. Not he. He says.
Prince Kaan had to move quickly. He had to save the princess and he didn't have much time. He crept quietly but quickly back to the room where the girl was trapped inside. Finally, with a turn of the key, he opened the door. There she was. Even though it was dark, you could still see how beautiful she was. With long hair and teary eyes, the princess was adorable. She looked into Kaan's eyes and said, "Thank you," and hugged him. She smelled very nice. "Thank you, you're my hero." She was still hugging Prince Kaan and wouldn't let go, so Kaan pushed her away gently and said, "We don't have much time. You can hug me later. The witch will be here soon. She's going to turn you into a mouse. We have to be quick. Follow me, but be very silent." She gave Prince Kaan a quick kiss on the cheek and followed him. They tiptoed down to the first floor. Just as they were reaching the door, they heard the witch screeching, "Where are you, princess? Who opened the door? I am going to get you and eat you." They heard the footsteps of the witch pounding towards them. Prince Kaan and the princess started sprinting for the door, and as they flung it open, they saw Bear the horse waiting for them. Prince Kaan swung the girl up onto Bear and said, "Run, Bear, take her away." But the princess didn't want to go. "Please come with me," she cried. "The witch will get you." But Prince Kaan shouted, "Run, Bear!" And without hesitation, Bear obeyed and started to gallop away at top speed. "I have to be sure you're safe, and I must rescue the other princesses." At that moment, the witch came bursting out of the castle. She saw the horse running away with the princess. She was enraged. She looked at the Prince Kaan standing next to the door, and her eyes were glowing red with fury. Kaan didn't know what to do. He could never defend himself from her dark and powerful magic. Suddenly, he saw his brother, Prince Murat, galloping towards him on his 8-legged horse Sleipnir, with his sword raised overhead. His brother had heard his call, just as he always did, and just in time. Murat jumped from his horse. "Don't worry, brother. We will fight the enemy together as always." The witch was livid when she saw Prince Murat. Her eyes started firing like blazing sun rays. The light coming from her eye was so bright that Prince Kaan and Murat couldn't see anything. Their eyeballs were burning like fire. Prince Murat knew that this must be her most evil power of all, so he closed his eyes and told Kaan to do the same. Prince Kaan was a master of jiu-jitsu, and Prince Murat was a world champion wrestler, so they used their skill and senses to move around. The witch yelled, "Open your eyes and kneel before me!" But they would never give in to her. They stood and waited for the witch to make her move. They could feel her movements. Prince Kaan heard her step to the right, so he turned in the same direction. He prepared to move in and attack with his sword, but the witch was too clever and she understood what he was doing and how he was doing it. So she silently shifted to the left, and Prince Kaan didn't hear her move, and he was still facing to the right with his eyes closed. The witch was just about to attack Prince Kaan when Prince Murat smelled a nasty smell on the left and knew it could only be the witch. He struck the witch fast with a double-leg takedown, and Kaan dived on top of her and got him to mount. Kaan was just about to do a cross choke when she cried out, "Oh, please stop, you've got me, please!" Kaan carefully opened his eyes to make sure her evil eyes was not still ablaze, but they had turned black, and she was begging for mercy. "Please don't hurt me, please. I promise I'll do anything for you. I can give you powers. Just please don't hurt me." Prince Kaan was smart, and he didn't trust the witch, of course. So to be sure, they covered her eyes and tied her hands with a scarf and took her back inside to the lair. Prince Kaan told her, "I don't need any powers. I have my sword and all the strength I need. All I want from you is the magic potion that will turn all the mice back into princesses, or I will turn you into a rat." She agreed and showed him where the magic potion was. He called all the mice to him. He put the potion in a bowl and placed it on the ground. All the mice came scurrying to drink the potion. Within seconds, they had all turned into princesses again. They were not mice anymore. They were beautiful girls. Very beautiful, in fact. Prince Kaan and Prince Murat couldn't believe their eyes, and they both said together, "What the heck?" All the princesses started kissing Prince Kaan and Prince Murat on the cheek and saying, "You are our heroes. Thank you. You are so brave. You are very brave and courageous." Prince Kaan raised up his hands and said, "All right, that's enough of the kissing. Stay away from us." But the girls all made a line and continued kissing and hugging them. Some of the princesses were cheating and pushing in. Prince Kaan sighed, "Not again. That's really enough, girls." The witch was still tied up and begging for mercy. The princesses wanted to punish her. "We should turn her into a mouse with the magic potion, just like she did to us." Prince Kaan and Murat spoke quietly, and then they announced, "Revenge is not honourable. We will show mercy if she promises to give away all her evil powers forever." The witch was very sorry and promised Prince Kaan and Murat that she would never practice her evil spells ever again. Prince Kaan looked into her eyes and knew that she was telling the truth. He untied the witch. The princesses and even the witch couldn't believe that they were letting her go. They were terrified the witch would come back after them and turn them back into mice. But they were wrong. Suddenly, the witch started to glow. She was changing into something. She had transformed into a fairy. She now looked bright, young and beautiful.
No, it's angel.
Prince Kaan, Murat and the princesses couldn't believe their eyes. The fairy said, "Thank you, Prince Kaan and Prince Murat.
What's a fairy?
I was a fairy until I met a horrible, gruesome witch in the forest, and she put a spell on me. She turned me into a terrible, ugly witch and told me that only if someone showed me kindness, I would be turned back into a fairy. And now,
Where's the fairy?
even though I was mean to you, you showed me kindness and mercy. Thank you, my princes." And she started kissing them. Prince Kaan and Murat looked at each other, rolled their eyes and said,
Not again.
"Not again."